Hey, everybody, welcome to the Morphin Grid. That's Jake.
That's Josh.
And this is episode 46. To flee or not to flee?
Correct.
Both different fleas.
One
is in the bug and one is in running away, respectively.
Was it that's how?
Yep.
Was it to flee bug or not to flee
Yes.
run?
To bug or not to run is
That
the name
is-
of this episode.
That is the episode. I'm pretty sure I know what this episode is. I'm pretty sure I know all the things that happen in this episode.
I know exactly one flea monster. I don't know what he does, but I know what he looks like. He's weird. He's a weird looking guy.
Yeah. If you're new here, welcome to the podcast.
How's it going?
How's it going?
How you guys doing?
Welcome to the podcast. What we do is we pause the recording. We go watch an episode of Power Rangers. We come back and we talk about it. We started with episode 1. I don't think we have mentioned this in like 35 episodes. Started with episode 1. We're going episode by episode, giving you our genuine reactions.
Yeah.
To how Power Rangers holds up 20 years after the fact.
I can't find a comfortable way to put my leg because there's a scratch on it.
Josh and I had a table match after Raw the other night. Wasn't supposed to be, but it ended up that way. Also, good news, I'm undefeated in tables matches. So,
For now. You have a new table.
it's only $13. We'll just get a dozen of them, put them all over the house.
Yeah, there's like 5 of them on the shelf. I saw them today.
Yeah. I don't think we have anything else to talk about till
I think so. Because you don't talk about the websites until after the jump,
afterwards. Right? So I guess that means
it's Morphin time!
And we're back. We just watched a Flea or not to flee. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what do we do after that.
All right, we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. But before we talk about
I think part of our segue is saying how we don't know what to do. I think that's part of the show now.
Is it?
We do it every time.
It's a meme within our show. Time to shut it down.
I don't know if it's a meme. It's just part of our routine.
A root meme.
Nope. You can cut that. You can cut that right out. Anyway, you should tell them where to find us on the internet.
All right. So
I was just about to, and then I forgot everything.
So, morphingrid.tumblr.com is our website. It's not updated, but I promise to have it done by next episode. I promise you. If not, send angry emails to littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com. Care of Jake. Be like, hey, you stupid. You need to do the stuff that you say you're going to do. And I'll email you back and I'll be like, I'm sorry, I'm garbage. Instead of emailing us, you could also tweet us. We're at MorphinGrid on Twitter. 140 character emails that are open to the public. That's where you go for that. We're also on Facebook now. Facebook.com/TheMorphinGrid. That's Josh's stuff. Who cares?
I can't update it until the Tumblr is up to date.
Until I update stuff, so we're all the
But our
dominoes.
Facebook and our Twitter is linked. So, I mean, if you hate Twitter for whatever reason, like us on Facebook, and you'll still get all of the stuff we say.
The updates and the news, sort of. Facebook's touchy about who it sends stuff to.
Right. It'll be on our page.
Yeah, so you
maybe not
just
in your
check
news
back.
feed.
If you're like, I haven't heard from them in a while, just go ahead and check. We're also on iTunes. If you want to leave us a rating and review, that would
iTunes is
be
up to date as of this recording.
up to date. It updated the day before we put the last episode up.
It took a week and 3 days, I think, for it to catch up.
Yeah.
That last time.
That's weird.
That was rough. But all our popularity bars got things on them. They're wrong, according to the feed burner.
Right.
But they're there.
I think that's a recent popularity. I think it's like, here's what people have been downloading
It might
recently.
be. Because if we're going by total downloads, our top 2 downloaded episodes, they're tied, is episode 1, Teenagers with Polite and Respectful Attitudes. And I think the other one is William Told now.
William Told.
I don't remember what number that is. 23?
Nope.
25?
26?
26? I'm pretty sure it's in the 20s.
I'll tell you what episode it was. The episode was Foul Play in the Sky.
Right.
That's the episode of Power Rangers that episode is about. That was a good episode of Power Rangers. Also, if you don't feel like leaving a rating review on iTunes, just tell your friends. Tell people about us. Be like, hey, this is a fun thing that I listen to. You should listen to it too. And then maybe they'll listen to it. And then maybe they'll rate us. Because they're better people than you. That's just all I'm saying.
Maybe, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
While we're talking about iTunes and whatever, I'm going to slap a table.
Done.
So two things happened recently. Somebody from Inspire Pro followed us because I tweeted at them that we talk about them a lot.
Right.
And somebody posted on the Power Rangers Reddit /r/Power. Is that a backslash or is that a forward slash?
Backslash.
That one is a backslash.
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 I see in a style. She wants new shirt ideas. Email her.
I've only seen 2 of her matches.
So? Okay.
So I don't have an idea for a shirt.
Then I'll think of an idea. You make it. We'll give it to her.
I'll email her and I'll be like, tell me what you're looking for. Maybe I can work something out.
Anyway, on Reddit.
On Reddit, somebody was like, oh, I don't know about Power Rangers. And blah. He talked about, like, maybe we view it through rose-tinted goggles or whatever. So I commented on it and I was like, oh, we're rewatching it right now on this podcast. Shameless plug. And after that, the day after that, our subscribers number was the highest it's ever been at 42.
What?
And then today it was 40. So I think maybe it's a combination of those.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just the Power Rangers thing. I don't know. But we're
I don't
getting
know.
there.
Getting it. Bumper and Donald.
Yeah.
Getting it.
So that's all the weird us tooting our own horn
Us talking about
things.
stuff. Oh, no, there's one more thing. I hecked up pretty bad, guys.
No, what'd you do?
A long time ago, I don't remember how long ago, I was like, when we get to the Nightmare episode, I'll tell you about my Power Rangers fever dream. And then the Nightmare episode came and went. And I
don't remember you saying that.
I didn't remember it till I was editing. So the Nightmare episode, Crystal Nightmares, which was our last episode, I believe, of saving this fever dream that I had one time about Power Rangers for that episode. But again, human pile of garbage. So human-shaped pile of trash. So I forgot to do that. So here's what my favorite dream was. I was in the death throes of a fever. This is like a 5-day, you're just going to sleep, and then sometimes you'll get up to pee and eat some soup, and that's it. That's all you're doing. I believe this was the time that you gave me the flu and killed me.
That sounds right. Death flu.
Right after we got tattoos, Josh had
There in the tattoo shop, I died.
we have pictures of just him in the tattoo shop on the ground, wrapped up in a blanket, basically dead.
Dying. Fresh ink, though.
Yes.
Healed up better than any of my other tattoos.
Mine too, weirdly
I
enough.
just slept it off.
Yeah. So I was so sick that like my body didn't know what to do about itself, and so I'm assuming that this fever dream was my brain's interpretation of my body trying to figure out how to get me better. Okay. So there was a junkyard full of Zords, millions and millions of Zords, and I had to one by one get rid of every Zord. I had to I was far away looking at it, and it was basically like click and drag because it's a dream, so there's no real rules. But I'd be like, get rid of that one. That's not one. Get rid of that one. I had to do that. And it felt like it took me 30 hours that I was awake for the whole time. But it was in a dream. It took so long until I had whittled it down until the Megazord was there. And then I woke up and I felt better the next day. So, Power Rangers, you guys.
Yeah. Faux life.
That's my favorite dream. So,
now,
about this episode of Power Rangers.
25 years into this episode, we can talk about it.
I'm sure I can cut 45 to 55 seconds. We start off with Zach has like a tin can, and he's just going, save the youth center, save the youth center, save the youth center, save the youth center, save the youth center. Like, just yell, like, save the youth centering at people.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will throw in a penny into his jar to get him to shut up.
Just go away, nerd.
It makes the same sound every time. The same penny hitting a tin can.
Yeah.
So I guess the youth center's going out of business.
Yeah, there's a giant sign.
There is. I did not
That
notice the
says
giant
such.
sign until they pointed it out.
Right.
But I bet you I know what caused this.
Ernie giving away all his stuff.
Ernie giving away free sodas and stuff all the time.
Yep.
Yep. So we're going to do what was Kimberly wearing right off the bat. Pink long sleeve shirt, pink vest, mom jeans, pink shoes, super bright pink scrunchy socks.
Yes.
They're not scrunched down. They're still kind of all the way up her leg, but they are enormous, and they are very pink. I like that she wears mom jeans because this goes along with my theory that mom jeans don't become mom jeans until the people wearing them when they were cool become moms. The same thing happened on Raw this week with Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah.
Those were definitely mom jeans.
There's regular jeans.
But there was some booty in those mom jeans.
Are not all jeans worn by mothers mom jeans?
Like, yes.
Okay, moving right along.
Okay, so Ernie's going out of business. He's down in the dumps. Billy is looking over his numbers.
He's like very stressed
depressed.
out, mad. Yeah, he's like angrily depressed.
Yeah, who are you, Ernie?
Yeah,
I don't think he was angry.
he was a little, maybe not quite yet.
I don't know.
During the second bowl of chili, he gets a little mad.
Yes, yeah. It is a little mad now that I'm thinking about it. I didn't really read into that. So Jason, they're talking about Ernie. Jason's not there, and also Trini is wearing her Afghan sweater again. So hallelujah.
She also has the same pair of shoes that Kimberly has, but yellow.
It's because they went shoe shopping together,
Right.
And they're just like, those are cute. Yeah, they are. Let's both get them, but in different colors. We did that with sweatshirts like a week ago.
We did do that. They were $12.
They were $12.
I was supposed to not buy the sweatshirt for $12.
It's my favorite color, yellow. I had to get it. And he got a blue one.
It was a blue one.
Jason is off screen. He goes, any news on Ernie yet? Or no, he goes, hey guys. And then it cuts to him, and he's holding a dog for no reason.
Totally stone-faced.
Completely serious about this conversation.
He's standing there like he's not holding a random dog.
He's like, and how's Ernie taking it? After they just talked about how bad Ernie was taking it, Trini's like, not good. And then they're like, why do you have a dog? He's like, oh, it followed me home from school.
Oh, this old thing?
I've had it for years. You haven't noticed before?
I always have his dog.
My one regret about this episode, this dog never morphed.
Oh, man. So
Dog Power Rangers.
I was feeling a little blue the other day, right?
Yep.
And Sasha was like, just think of little puppy Power Rangers. So I pictured a little puppy in a Power Ranger suit with like a dog head shaped helmet. And it was the tiny little Power Ranger booties that got me. Then I was fine after that.
Oh.
His tail sticking out.
Go, puppy Rangers.
Stupid little booties. Just being a dumb little dog.
Being all
but
dumb.
now he has power.
Oh, okay. So then we cut to somebody wants to draw us puppies and Power Ranger outfits.
Yeah.
littlehoodies.morphingrid@gmail.com. So, cut to Bulk and Skull. They are in school on the stairs, the main stairs, and there is a sign for a lost dog. Who could this dog be? This lost dog. Do you think this relates to Jason's mysterious dog? Stay tuned.
This gives away the entire plot of this episode.
Yes.
To anyone who's watched any kind of storytelling medium before,
Pretty much.
they know where this is going.
Yeah. So, I want you to note that this flyer for this lost dog is in a high school. Okay? Keep that in your back pockets. It will come up later. So, we jump up to the moon where, number one, Finster is back.
Yeah.
And talking.
Yeah, he's not just a background character on the moon.
And he makes a monster.
Yeah.
Serious, real talk. When's the last time we saw Finster make a monster?
I don't know.
So long ago. Because they would be like, Finster, make a monster. And then off screen, he would go, he wouldn't even say anything. And then there would be like a laser shooting down to Earth and there'd be a monster there.
Right.
Or they'd be like, summon this monster. Or here is a Cyclops or Goldar. Go get him. We haven't seen him like make a monster in a while.
This one.
So this monster is a giant flea with a wicked annoying voice.
It's the worst voice.
It's
I hate when they do this.
It's just a high pitched voice.
Yes.
And it's annoying. It's like if Fred was a monster that was a flea.
What is Fred?
Fred was a YouTube show that this kid made that he thought was hilarious. And I say kid, I mean kid. He was like 12.
Okay.
Where all he did was talk fast like he had ADD,
All right.
and then adjusted the pitch so it was super high.
Because you said Fred, and I was like, oh, from Scooby-Doo.
No.
But that is not the Fred
No,
you're
I
talking
like
about.
that Fred. I like almost every iteration of that Fred.
Right.
Because I love Scooby-Doo. But this Fred is not that Fred. If you have had the misfortune of coming into contact with Fred, you'll know what I'm talking about. Then he got his own Nickelodeon show, which is just that, but a show. It's terrible. So, anyway.
We should be fine. We should be super successful then.
Right. Because we're not annoying.
Here's when you edit this, knock the pitch up a little bit.
The whole time. It'll just be slightly higher.
Or whenever we talk about the Flea.
And then we'll get
Or whenever we misquote the Flea. Because I feel like we never quote anyone exactly right.
No. I wrote down one of the Fleas. I wrote down two, actually, because there's a lot of flea puns coming up, guys.
Yeah.
Get ready. So,
Mostly having to do with biting and itching.
yes. So, we cut back to the juice bar. Ernie's giving the dog some food. Because, he's going into business. He just got all this food. It's going to go bad.
Might as well keep giving it away.
Might as well keep giving it away. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to go out of business? You're
Plus,
already
it's a dog. I get it.
Yeah, it's a cute dog. It's like Shaggy.
Yeah.
Shaggy dog. Kind of looks like the Shaggy dog from the movie The Shaggy Dog.
A little bit.
But smaller. The smaller Shaggy dog.
I don't know why I keep doing that. I'm sorry.
What the?
Being Wilson. I don't know what. Probably because I feel like my face is just hidden.
Because
enough
I'm
from
that
you.
way. So, then, okay, Bulk and Skull come in. And they're being super suspicious because they see the dog.
Right.
Also, I should mention, this flyer has a eye-bulging amount of money because they read it and they go, huh! Because it's a lot of money. Skull says genius reward instead of generous. He's like, I don't want a genius reward when you can just get money instead. That one's a stretch for me. Skull screwing that up.
So, since it just says a generous reward, is there even an amount of money written on this poster?
I think there is. I think it says there will be a generous reward. This amount of money.
Of $1 billion.
$1 million to anyone who finds this dog. They're jumping back to the juice bar. Jason's like, or Zach's like, I think he's going to have to go or something like that. And Jason's like, probably. I'll take him for a walk in the park. Kimberly's like, I'll go with you. It's on my way home. And then we cut to Kimberly walking the dog the wrong way.
She's carrying him through the park.
She's carrying him. This is not how you walk a dog. Supposedly, this dog has peed on every tree in the park.
Right.
According to Jason. So I'm assuming it walked for at least part of this. And Kimberly's like, I'm just going to carry you.
Look at you. And just hoist him up.
Come here. Rita casts a spell to shrink this flea monster. And also make him super itchy contagious. Contagious?
I guess, because what she says is I'm going to shrink him and put him on the dog, and then he'll get Jason.
A little bit before that, when they first made him, she's like, I'll cast a spell that'll make it itchier. So I don't know what the
I don't know.
combination of
Maybe
magic and
maybe the
monster.
flea's power is that his bite gives you a contagious rash.
Maybe. Or maybe he gives whoever he bites an itch, and the spell was to make that contagious.
That might have been it, because I think she said that.
Because she sent him on to the dog instead of just putting him on Jason, which she could have done.
But then you wouldn't get the bulk and skull
The
bit.
bulk skull stuff, right. So the itching is shown by red static, like TV static dots
Yeah. It's
bouncing
weird.
around him. This is what I remembered about the episode.
I didn't remember any of this.
All of this stuff. They used the flea one more time. I think they literally repaint it and just use it again as a different bug monster.
There's a couple
I know they reused Grumblebee.
that there's a couple that they just repaint. It's a palette swap, and now it's
Yeah.
a new monster.
Hulk Hogan is now Hollywood Hogan. Hit C up.
That was a little different because he had pants instead of tights, instead of trunks.
He hit C up on the D-pad.
Right.
And then ripped his shirt off. This is on Raw, too.
He just did the ice bucket challenge. I don't know if you saw that.
I did. I didn't see it, but I saw that he did it.
Yeah. There's two guys dumping water on him while he rips his shirt off.
Very Hulk Hogan.
It's the most Hulk Hogan way he could
Have you
done
seen
it.
Vince's yet?
Yeah, where he just puts his head in a bucket.
like that bucket he just puts onto his head. Triple H poured water on him, and Vince was like, "Nah."
Did you see Stephanie's?
No, I didn't. Oh, with the Four Horsewomen?
Four Horsewomen just dump a trash can of water on her.
I'll have to check that out.
That's rough. Summer Rae just did it too.
I'll definitely have to check that out.
Yeah.
Caitlyn did it.
Yep, I saw that one.
Yep.
She did it in like a Vine though. It's only like 6 seconds long.
It's an Instagram. So it was like
I still feel like it was only maybe
it was
10
short.
seconds.
Yeah, it was real short. Anyway, enough about the Ice Bucket Challenge. ALSA.com/donate if you want to donate to that.
Yep.
That's the actual website that no one says you can, that's where you donate. So, ping from the Morphin grid. The more you know. There's red static dots on Jason. He gets away from the dog. He's like, "Oh man, I'm so itchy." And then Bulk and Skull are hiding in the bushes, and they throw a bone on a string. And Bulk's like, "Come here, you little flea bag." If he only knew. So then we jump up to Goldar.
What would this show be without Bulk and Skull?
It would be the pilot where there's a group of punks.
Right. Just trying to like remove that aspect from the show, and then you just get because like they drive a lot of the unmorphed stuff.
A lot of the unmorphed stuff is like, "Oh, Bulk and Skull, ugh, stop it, you two." So I don't know what the show would be without them.
Thank God we don't have to find out.
Yes, I don't want to.
Until Lost Galaxy.
We still have Bulk in Lost Galaxy. Right. Time Force is the first one without either of them. I don't want to live in a world without National Treasure Jason and Narvi. I just don't want to do that. So we jump up to the moon where Goldar, who has terrible plans, says, "I will send the putties." No, that's not important. We must send the putties to finish Red Ranger off.
Jason is like a little itchy. He just got bit, so he's not in full swing yet. And then Goldar's like, "I'll kill him with putties." It's not going to work.
No.
Goldar.
Also, Goldar only calls him Red Ranger.
Yes.
That is his name as far as Goldar is concerned. It might be what he calls every...
I think so, but I also feel like later on he calls Kimberly at some point.
Probably.
But I know he definitely... His default mode is to call them Ranger. Color Ranger.
X-Ranger. Especially Green Ranger and Red Ranger. So... jump down to the Earth. That's a weird way to say that. Where the putties attack him. And then one putty hits Jason, and then putty catches the flea itch and is doing all these gyrations on the ground. I don't know what Goldar's plan was then, because they can't actually touch him without getting crazy itchy.
They wanted to show us that it was contagious without giving it to anybody else. So they were like, throw a putty fight in, and the putties will catch it, so that we know there's stakes or
because they could have given it to Bulk and Skull, but the reveal later is funnier that way. Maybe
I don't know.
I don't know what they were thinking. I wasn't in that room.
Also, I got a lot to say. Not a lot to say, because I always say I got a lot to say, and it ends up being like a couple sentences. But I got stuff to say in a few minutes.
And you're like, that was weird. End of thought. So putties get fleas. They beat the putties by Jason attacking, Kimberly leading all of them to Jason, where he just punches them once and gives them bites, gives them itchy.
Gives them the fleas.
Gives them the 4 itchy tasty, and then...
They just run away covered in fleas. I don't think they ever even disappear. They just run away. So now there's flea-ridden putties running around.
Well, I mean, in like 3 minutes later, they would just like...
The timer would run out.
Unless these are the non-timer putties, like the 2 putties that are still walking in the desert, who are probably puddles by now. Which reminds me, I need to email.
Puddles. Putties.
Puddles.
Putties.
Yeah. Yeah. Putties are puddle buddies.
Oh, man. Did we have text on this shirt?
Friends Forever. We didn't have
Can it say best putties?
Yes. Yes, it can.
Yeah.
Because it's just going to be the picture. And then you're going to have to do the other stuff.
That's fine. I can do that. I can put text on an image. That's easy. I can't draw a thing. That's where that's
the line.
That's my downfall.
So,
graphic designer who can't draw nothing.
That's okay.
Don't go to school for things you're not good at.
Also, don't go to film school. Period. Full stop. Do not go to film school. Watch some behind the scenes stuff. Read a book. Get onto a set.
We got this sweet setup though because of all your expertise on sound.
That is true. I did take a 1 month class on sound.
We'd
that
still
I
just be
failed.
recording on a free app on my phone, probably, if you weren't a film kid.
Maybe
Because I don't
failed,
think that even sounded bad.
I failed my audio class.
Did you?
Which was literally just setting up this podcast equipment. That was basically, there was more to it. There were sliders, there were buttons.
Right.
I didn't fail the class. I got a B in the class. It was my lowest grade in college. I failed the final a lot, like really hard. And I did feel like I didn't do good on anything else, but apparently I did well enough to get a B. So maybe they just liked me a lot. I don't know. Anyway, enough about that stuff. So they're like, we need to get some help because he's like got rashes and like from rubbing himself raw.
Yeah.
So we cut to the command center where Zordon's like, Rita has finally hatched her fighting Flea. So he knows about like all these monsters. Do you think
What? Does this monster have a name, or is it just the Flea?
Fighting Flea?
It's just fighting. It's fighting
Flea. As far as I can tell, that's the name of it. It's Fighting Flea. Jason wants to find the dog. Billy's like, I'm going to make an antidote. And they're like, okay. Jason's like, I got to go find the dog. Also, I don't know when it happened, but Jason changed shirts.
What was he wearing before? Because I only
Just a
remember
red
this one.
vest.
It was just a red
Just a
vest?
straight red vest. And then between then and now, because I noticed it in the command center, I don't know if he had his plaid vest on.
I'm going to just chalk that up to a weird... Whoever's job it is for continuity just
Script soup.
took a day off.
Script soup missed a day.
They're like, that's a vest. Just put it on him. No one will know. And I didn't notice.
But I did.
But you did.
So 20 years later, your number's up, Script Soup guy. You're on my list. I'm not hiring you ever.
Just got to watch the credits and find out
I'm going to find out who it is. Next episode, you'll know. We cut to Bulk and Skull at a payphone trying to collect the reward because they have the dog now. And they're not getting the itchiness yet.
No.
That's weird.
No, because Bulk has the dog. He's carrying the dog to the phone booth, which is just... It's like a Digimon phone booth out in the middle of nowhere.
Right. And he hands it to Skull. He's like, hold this while I make the call.
Yes.
And then
Skull starts to get the fleas. Or do the fleas just turn into fighting Flea?
Because the Flea jumps off into fighting Flea. And then Skull's like, you should look at this. And Bulk's like, shut up, money. And he's like, Bulk. It's not that terrible.
You really think you should look at this?
That was my terrible Scooby impression. Ever since starting to watch We Have Concerns, I have been saying pirate ghosts like way more than I should.
Have I seen that episode? No, I haven't, because they're audio.
Because they're audio podcasts.
I don't think I've heard that.
He mentions it like 2 or 3 times. It's like
I'm only like 5 episodes in.
It's
now,
coming up then. It's coming up.
Yeah.
It's real good. You guys should check it out. It's super digestible podcast. It's like 20 minutes long.
It's like 20 to 25 minutes long, and I just listened to it when I did dishes last night.
Yeah.
It's the perfect length.
Yeah, and they're funny.
So funny.
That Jacob and I's podcast is going to be about 20 minutes long because of that.
Right.
Like, we're gonna keep it to that length because it's so easy to listen to.
Yeah. So is about an hour though.
So is about an hour, especially talking about Power Rangers
Yeah.
in a humorous manner, such as what we do here at the Morphin Grid. I don't know why I'm being the WWE right now. I am selling myself to our
and you
fans.
can download the Morphin Grid for just no money.
$0
a month per month.
But you have to make sure that you pay that $0
For 6 months.
or else it's stealing. No one steals from the Everything for Free store. If you email me telling me what that's from, I will do something for you.
Probably just read the email on
Definitely
the air.
at least that, and I'll figure something out. But you don't know what that's from.
No, I don't.
Yeah. I'll say it one more time. Nobody steals from the Everything for Free store. Don't Google it. Don't Google it.
I'm not going to answer it. I just want to know the answer from me.
I'm yelling at you. Now I'm yelling at you, listener. Don't Google it. You have to just tell me.
I'm not going to Google it, because if they can't, then it's not fair.
Yes. Nobody Google it. Just if you know, then you know. If not, you'll never know.
Then you don't get...
Pretend this
you don't
is
get this pretend thing that we're going to do.
Pretend this is pre-Google life, right? You can't just Google something and find out what it is. You have to know. You have to want to know what it is for so long.
That used to be a time. Anyway.
So we cut back to Billy's garage because he took. I should probably say that before we got off track. Alpha had like a scanner thing and scanned. It was like an epidural scanner or epidermis, not epidural. That's a drug that you give to pregnant ladies so they don't scream when they rip themselves open giving birth. But there is it's an epidermis scanner, and he's scanning all the itchy bug bites and everything, and he's like, "This is going off the charts." And then Billy takes that, like, "I'm gonna go to my lab, see if I can't make an antidote for fleas."
Don't we have that?
Well, now
these are alien spell fleas.
Now we have an antidote thanks to Billy. He sold it to. I wish I knew the name of a flea guy.
First response.
That's EMTs. I don't know. Anyway, thank you, Billy, for your flea antidote, which actually is something that I wanted to talk about later anyway. So
yes.
So Jason and Kimberly fight the flea. They morph. Jason morphing reactivates it because the flea like attacks them.
Right.
We cut to them and they get jumped. They're looking for the dog, who they still haven't named. Who they don't know its name.
It doesn't get named until the end.
Yeah. So Jason and Kimberly are fighting him. I guess morphing has reactivated the fleas because they sprayed like a temporary thing on him to get him to stop itching for a minute.
Right,
but
and then
still
he
be
morphs.
Contagious. Completely wiped that away, and then he starts doing some wacky scratch aerobics on the ground.
Well, Zordon says something when they spray him. I don't remember what it is.
Don't touch anybody.
But he also says like something will make the fleas come back or whatever.
Probably morphing. Or maybe coming in contact with the flea.
Maybe that was it.
But anyway, so then we cut to Ernie's. But this scratch aerobics, by the way, is he does at least one kip up. He does a lot of flips onto the ground and like writhing around. And
don't we go back to Billy before we go back to Ernie's?
Nope. And if we do, I didn't write it down.
Because I feel like he talks to Billy, or Zordon talks to Billy, and it's like, "Hey, get that antidote," because Jason's like in rough shape.
That's
and then,
before we go to them fighting the flea.
But then he goes to Ernie's, and then they call Trini and Zach.
And then afterwards, Billy's like, I figured it out.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So he goes to Ernie's. Ernie puts down another bowl of chili for the dog. And this is what you were talking about earlier when he's like a little mad, right?
Right.
When he's like, I wish I had more loyal customers like him.
We got to go back.
Did we miss it?
We have to go back.
We have to go back!
Because Zordon, because Jason's all itchy, right? He's got this gnarly rash on his arm from just basically scratching his skin off. It's kind of gross.
A little bit.
And then Zordon is like, "Don't touch the rash or you'll catch it." And I swear, at least 2 times while they're in the park after this, Kimberly touches the rash.
She almost does once. It looks like she does, but she comes
when
close
they
to it, but
see the
doesn't.
flea, because they go to the junkyard looking for the dog, and when they see the flea, she does like that weird, "I'm going to touch your muscles."
Right.
Because there's a bad guy. Like, "Oh, look." And I swear that she touched it.
Maybe?
And I don't think she was supposed to, but it was so quick that they just left it in.
Yeah, it's like an instinct thing.
That was
a
lot of things I had to say.
That was a lot. I don't think if she did, I think it was like such a natural thing that they're like, we're just gonna roll with it. That was a good take.
Right.
It looked good. Kids aren't gonna remember.
Right.
I didn't remember. So
I didn't notice Jason changed shirts. We're just different.
Different. That's all. So then, back to Ernie. He's like kind of mad, little disappointed in his customers that they don't keep coming back.
The second bowl of chili is the other thing I was talking about earlier. This is when he gets mad because he's like, "I wish I had real customers as loyal as him." And he walks away.
Well, this is.
But he walks away, throws his hands up, and shakes his head. Like, I only do that when I'm ticked off.
The 5 stages of grief, man. First is denial, right? He wasn't talking about this at all in the beginning.
Right.
Then it's depression, and he was sad. And then it's bargaining, where it's like, oh, I'll do this if I can still do this. I don't think we saw that. Maybe that was when he's like, my problems don't seem so bad.
Yeah.
That's kind of like well, I mean, if he's got this, and my problems are different, or they're not so bad. And then now we're in the anger stage, which is, why aren't my customers paying me for the free sodas I give them?
Because you're giving them free sodas.
Who pays for free sodas?
I know they're the Power Rangers. You know they're the Power Rangers. They don't know that you know they're the Power Rangers. Charge them for soda.
Charge them for some sodas. You only give them sodas after they save Angel Grove.
Because it's not just sodas. It's like ice cream floats, sundaes,
Pizzas.
Because at the end of like a lot of episodes,
It's always on the house.
It's on the house.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's on the house for like whoever's in the juice bar at that time.
So
I can't believe I'm going out of business.
how could this happen? The final stage of the 5 stages of grief is acceptance, where you're like, we're out of business. What are you gonna do?
Whatever.
So whatever. I'm gonna start up a hot dog stand. Disgrace my family. Juice bars in my family for generations. Generations of Ernies with inexplicable New York accents ran this place. So then we cut back to Billy, where Billy's like, "It works, man. It works. It's finally ready."
Then everybody morphs, right?
Zordon be like,
"Were we past that?"
No, we're there because it goes to Zordon. They're like, "Zach Trini, go get him, go help him," and then they morph. And then 1 second later, Billy's like, "My antidote works. Time to morph."
Okay.
And then he morphs too, and then he joins them. The Flea earlier when he first jumped the Power Rangers was like, "I thought you were itching for a fight," which he uses verbatim again. You didn't have another itching joke that you could use?
What other itching joke is there?
Maybe like something about scratching this itch. I don't know. There's one itch you can't scratch. Something. There were human beings in there. Presumably some of them can do some wordplay. I don't know.
Well, maybe not, because this is what we got.
I guess not. So he calls putties. There's a fight. He ends up growing. Gonna be honest, I don't remember the putty fight.
Well, Billy sprays Jason with the antidote.
Right.
And then I don't remember what the Flea
Fighting
says.
Flea.
He gets mad.
He's
he
like,
gets
"You
mad
cheated."
and says they cheated.
Yeah. But super high pitched.
Yeah.
100 times. You cheated, you cheated, you cheated, you cheated. Which this is the second time someone's accused them of cheating when they just like
When they win.
win. These are sore losers. These are internet people. The monsters are from the internet. Not like you guys from the internet. You're cool from the internet.
Yeah, there's two different kinds of from the internet.
Yeah. Also, we're kind of from the internet. You're getting this from the internet.
I'm from the internet, sure, but I'm not like all up my own whatever about it.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a lot of people on the internet.
There's a lot of reasons to hate the internet.
Yes. Fighting Flea grows. He's like, "You Rangers are just bite-sized now." Oh, boo to you, Flea. So they call the Zords. Zords come out real quick because I guess they were on time. They didn't need to cut. They didn't need to fluff anything out.
Right.
So.
Well, because there was also a lot of unmorphed stuff in this episode.
There was, yeah.
I hope that's a thing that just happens in the ZU2 footage.
Pretty sweet.
Because all they have is just monster fights that I assume they ordered.
Yeah.
Because Billy's exact can of antidote is in the morph.
That's the thing I want to talk about. Thank you for reminding me.
You're
Is
welcome.
that one of their requests was that they make the Blue Ranger the smart one, because in Jew Ranger it's the Black Ranger.
Yes.
And the Blue Ranger's the funny guy.
He's the goofy comic relief guy.
He's Zach.
Yeah.
But instead, over here, the black one is the funny comic relief guy. So, like, give him some gadgets. Give him some things to use that'll make him look smart. So, like, there's an antidote. Later, he makes a shield, and there's a gun, and, like, you know, like a Triceratops gun that kills one specific thing.
Right.
And this is the start of it. This is the start of them going, like, look at how brainy he is. He made a thing. He made a spray.
I really want to know what they ordered. Were they just like, give us monster fights, meet these criteria? Or were they like, give us this monster fight where Blue Ranger has an antidote? Or were they just like, give us a monster fight, and give the Blue Ranger a thing? And
where Billy solves it with a thing. And they're
Yeah.
like, okay. And they're like, here you go. And they go, all right.
Because I hope that the writers for Power Rangers just got more footage that they didn't know about.
That's what I hope. So that way, because I think that's kind of what happened. Because the spirit of Power Rangers has not gone away.
Right.
You know, like, it's still kind of haphazard, and, like, there's a flea. Everybody has to get fleas. I guess. I don't know. So, like, I think that's what happened, but I'm not 100% sure.
If Tommy was back, all 5 of them would have had fleas, and he would have had to save them.
Yes. Kimberly would have got fleas first, obviously. Well, no, Jason.
Or Jason would have, and then he would have gave them to Kim, and there would have been tension.
Ooh.
Why do you have Jason's fleas, Kim? What are you doing?
Touching him. The only way you get fleas
This
is
is why
from
we
touching
can't get
him.
along.
This is why I disappeared for 10, 15 episodes after I lost my powers. So they mention the crystals when they're in the
Power up your crystals.
Power up your crystals. First
But
time
we
they
don't
mention
get
it in
the
a while.
2-1 power up, which is like one of my favorite little touches.
Yeah.
This whole Megazord sequence is like has full of little touches that make it my favorite.
They fire the cannons on the tank mode.
By this whole Megazord sequence, I don't mean this particular one. I mean this Megazord, his creation sequence. I
Yes.
guess. Just like the Megazord sequence has been initiated, and then he gets struck by lightning and Megazord activated. We don't get that kind of stuff anymore.
No.
This is the only season that happens.
Yeah, and now it's all CG, and there are still guys in suits, but sometimes there isn't.
Sometimes it's just computer graphics.
And there's a lot of charm that they lost.
Yeah.
So
That's a ways away, though.
yeah, they're
Because we've gone through in space, and that hadn't happened
no,
yet.
and I think it's the same way in Lost. I don't know when it starts. It probably doesn't start until like Mystic Force or like way down the road.
Right.
But
It's definitely in Megaforce.
definitely in Megaforce.
One of the Zords is a shark. And there's a lot of fights on land.
Yeah, and then there's like
And there's the Snake Zord, which I like the Snake Zord. But
I like
just,
it.
It would be a weird thing to not be a computer graphic because
Yeah.
someone would have to slither.
I don't like their Zords. I don't hate them. I should like them because it's like a vehicle plus an animal. So like I
Yeah.
should like that, but I don't think it works
They
because
even
of the
get
CG.
little modes.
Which, if you know anything about me, I love modes. But then like the modes all detach and attach onto the giant Megazords. They got like 40 accoutrements.
It's like the Sega Genesis with like a 32X and a Sega CD and all this
Right?
other weird crap
Looks like
sticking
a
out
monster.
of it.
Looks like something evil. Looks like an evil computer. It's got exhaust pipes.
ain't
It's
right.
evil.
Hey, right.
So anyway, the Megazord and the Flea are fighting. It's a pretty good fight scene.
This is the first fight scene watching it now through this rewatch where I was like, they do a lot of really cool stuff that makes them feel like they are giants.
Yeah, like they like them slowly walking at the camera
Yeah,
low.
and just the camera angles and
Yeah.
the miniature sets
Yeah.
are like just good enough. Because I saw recently, like, it might have been a picture or a video or something, I don't know, of somebody like in the white Tiger Zord suit,
Yeah, they released that
and you're
online
like, that's
recently.
just a regular sized guy.
Yeah.
But just watching it, even like the low budget quality that Power Rangers is, they still look huge.
Yeah, and like it's because Japan had like like they figured out how to make that
Yeah,
work.
it's really cool.
The other thing I noticed is the guy in the Flea suit is moving quick. Like that guy is in a pretty bulky suit, but he's limber. He is an agile guy, and it made the fight feel really unique because it was like quick guy versus strong guy.
Makes me sad for Thunder Zord.
Thunder Zord.
Because a lot of it is just cut to monster, cut to Thunder Zord. Thunder Zord does a move, cut to monster dying. There's
Right.
no real fight.
Yeah, even though the Thunder Zord is the Zord from that show. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
We'll figure it out.
We'll look
probably.
it up.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll pay some close attention to it, and we'll.
It's
tell you
because
about
it has
when we
to
get
cut
there.
to the cockpit with the old Ranger suits in it in the new Zord.
Probably, yeah,
And that's where all the continuity gets chucked out the window.
right.
They could still show him fighting from a
Right?
far shot. I don't know.
I don't know. I like the Die Ranger suits. I could have used the Die Ranger suits, but whatever.
They weren't at that point.
They
yet.
weren't ready yet.
Yeah.
So, they used the Power Sword. They kill him. It's also, I guess, it's the Power Sword again, forever. So, R.I.P. in peace, Mega Sword. That was, if you'll recall, from like episode 2. That's what I wanted it to be called.
But Megazord sounds too much like Megazord, so we should just call it the Power
Just
Sword.
call it the Power Sword, even though that is Jason's
exactly
sword.
the name of another thing.
Even when they tried out different names, that was still the name of this Power Sword.
Mega Power Sword would be cool
Mega Power Sword would be pretty neat.
because it's like a Zord for Jason's weapon. Like,
Yeah. All their weapons go into that Zord.
Well, that's the cannon. That's the power cannon.
I mean, they go in. They have little docking stations
right.
inside the power sword, the mega power sword, or whatever it is. So, Flea Dude is done. He did. So we come back to the juice bar, where they're like, "Well, this is it, going out of business." Ernie has reached the acceptance stage of the 5 stages of grief, and then they have the dog back, if I'm not mistaken. They just have him.
I assume they just found him at the park at some point because he got away from Bulk and the Skull because they ran from the Flea guy.
Yeah, and so he's just sitting there. He's eating some chili, and some yuppie lady comes in, and she's like, I guess looking around town, finds her dog there.
Yep,
because his name is Pierre. The dog is Pierre
the dog,
which is the name of one of the dogs in Lightning Dogs, the Nerdy Show is doing, and so that made me chuckle a little bit. Even though it's not a poodle. So the yuppie lady's like, which one of you saved him? And they're like, you should really thank Ernie. And then they split, and there's Ernie just being like, well,
you should thank me.
And she's like, here's a check for $1 million, I guess. I don't know.
She doesn't say. She's just like, here, check. Hands him a crumpled up old yucky check.
I found this in one of my old coats. Whatever's on it's yours. And it was like she tried buying a car with it, and they were like, we're not selling any cars today. She's like, well, then I'll just put my check in my pocket, and I'll come back tomorrow. And it was there for like a year and a half, and now she's just giving this like $700,000
to Ernie
for giving her dog chili.
He didn't do anything.
He just gave him chili. He kept him fed.
He did.
You know, that dog's going to poop a lot. He's going to do some bad, droopy poops later.
Anyway,
so
Ernie gets all this money, right?
Yep.
Juice bar is saved.
They take the signs down.
Woo, so what does Ernie do?
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. I think we should note that there is no Trilly watch. But
Zach is
hanging
made me mad.
all over Trini.
He's literally wrapped around her.
Yeah. What's going on?
Step off, man.
What are you guys doing?
I don't think Billy gave you permission, so you should probably back off. Bro code, dude. Come on.
Well, number one, Trini's her own person. Doesn't need permission from her boyfriend. Number two.
But it's screwed up.
It's I mean, in our headcanon, yes, it's a little screwed up. I was listening to Ranger Danger, and one of their guests just has this theory that Trini is extremely flirty.
Right.
Which makes sense.
It could be that.
So
I don't like that, but it could be that.
Yeah. I don't like it either. Because I like Trini and Zach. Trini and I meant to say Billy, and I said Zach because I read my note that said Zach and Trini. So, human garbage. Anyway, what does Ernie do?
Ernie gets all this money,
Free
saves
money.
the juice bar. Woo! Thank God, I'll have to be a better businessman. Everything's out of the house today.
No, not everything.
For them.
I'll make you guys pizzas,
it was pizzas
on the house.
Okay.
Ernie, come on.
I'm pretty sure that the juice bar is in trouble again later.
I would not. I think they have to do like a rally. He wastes $700,000 in free ice cream floats and sodas.
Kids, I said earlier, don't go to school for something you're bad at. Go to school for something like business if you're planning on running a juice bar.
Right?
Or at least...
I mean, yes, your dad has had this juice bar.
If you inherit this juice bar from your family of Ernies before
go to college.
At least take like a class in business management and accounting. Like
you don't have to get an MBA. We're not saying that, but yeah,
no, just
take some night classes.
Kind of know what you're doing,
just so you know how to run a business. I'm amazed it stayed in business this long. Because who knows how bad his dad was at it, or his dad.
These 5 kids get presumably 90% of their stuff there for free. The only time they have to pay for something is when Ernie's off or like just doesn't catch it.
Right. So, Bulk and Skull come in. They're itching. They have the itch.
Yes.
75-year itch. And now they're just bumming. They sit down. Skull is itching behind his ear like a dog.
Skull a lot of the time has like weirdly animal behavioral traits.
I like his mannerisms.
And I really like that. And I feel like that's just a thing Jason RV
probably.
did.
I'd be willing to bet that. Yeah, he was just like,
I caught fleas. I caught them from a dog. I'm gonna be a dog.
I'm gonna be a dog itching these fleas. And now he has like a master's in acting and teaches it at Concordia University in Chicago.
He might be a doctor.
He might have a doctorate.
I think he's Dr. Jason Narvi.
Dr. Narvi.
Dr. Skull.
Dr. Skull.
And he teaches like Shakespearean acting.
Yeah. That's
awesome.
Good for him.
I want to take one of those classes.
I don't. I have stage fright unless there's like a million people and I don't have to do anything that I'm not already going to be doing in front of my friends. So that's just the way that I am.
That's fine. I just want to learn something from Jason.
That would be neat. We'll invite him on the show.
Yeah, we got like 42-ish subscribers according to my Fever account.
So many.
We're like the most popular. No, we're not.
We're not even the most popular Power Ranger podcast.
No, we're not.
But we have the best fans. Period.
Agreed.
Because I have seen some fans of the other ones. Ranger Danger seems fine. I like Ranger Danger
Except for that one guy.
That one guy who just could not get it together.
Who loves the podcast but wish it was longer, 1 star. I don't get that.
I don't know. Anyway, and then there's the other podcast that we don't say the name of because never punched down.
Right.
I bet their fans are a lot like them, and I don't like them very much, so I don't think I would like their fans. But you guys are here, and you're cool. Especially some of like our more vocal ones, at least that we talk, that interact with us. We love that stuff, guys.
We really do.
We're super friendly, I think.
I like to think
we only talk about wrestling on our personal accounts, so you don't have to deal with that unless you want to.
Yeah, or if I'm signed into the wrong one on my phone and retweet somebody. I usually catch that almost immediately, but sometimes they'll sneak through.
Anyway, so Vulcan Skull are itching. Let's try to finish this episode up. Let's try to wrap this up. So
that's fine.
Jason's like, come on.
He thought you were garbage. Ever since I went through that table, I haven't been the same.
So I think it was either Billy or Zach's like, should we help him? And Jason's like,
Billy.
Yeah, and Jason's like, no one should be that miserable. Not even them. Not even those clowns. And they're like, okay. So they go up and they're like, what do you dorks want? And they're like, hey, be nice to Billy or else he won't give you a surprise. And they're like, a surprise? What is it? And so they're like, we can make you stop itching. And they're like, what? Really? We're sorry. They make us stop itching. This is terrible. And so he puts dog collars on them.
Giant flea collars.
What?
That they have to leave on for a week.
For a week? Where's your spray? You can't have used it all up. You only sprayed Jason. And presumably the dog.
That was all that was in there. Psst, gone.
Just a psst worth?
Billy is like super smart, right? He's like the smartest guy.
Smartest guy in the world.
He's got glasses on, so how can he not be the smartest guy?
He's also the smartest guy.
And he was like, Bulk and Skull grabbed that dog. They're going to be itchy. He's
right.
Like, I'm going to rib them good.
Rib them. That means play a prank on them if you don't know wrestling terminology.
He's like, I'm going to make this antidote into giant dog collars that they're going to have to wear for a week.
He just dipped the dog collars in the vat of that.
But like in the precise amount that it would take a week.
It's diluted.
He just knew it was a week's worth of dog collar.
Or he's like, you're cured, but you have to keep him on for a week because you guys are mean to me all the time. So pay for it.
That's the rib, is that they were immediately cured.
But they don't think so. They have
but
have
he
it on
told
the shower,
them they have to leave it on
at
for a week.
School. Oh, that's the episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not going to do final thoughts because you don't have any.
Do you?
I like the flea monster. Except for his voice.
Except for his voice. I just wish they would find... You could find a voice that's flea-like without making it...
This was...
super annoying.
Right. I understand, like, higher voice is smaller. But this is a human-sized flea. So, like, maybe... Not? Maybe find a different way to make it a flea voice? I don't know.
What's that? She voices Mabel.
Kristen Shaw.
Yeah, find someone with like that kind of voice. That would have worked.
Kristen, that's just her voice.
Yeah, I know.
She does that voice for like every different character she does, but it's different every time. Her voice is super pliable.
Yeah.
Kristen Shaw is amazing.
I mean, I don't know if she was voice acting back during 1993.
In 93, I think she was probably between 10 and 15, maybe.
So probably not.
So,
but she would have been great for a flea monster. I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. In the reboot, get Kristen Shaw to be your flea monster, guys.
They're not going to do the flea monster. If you're talking about the movie.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do the flea monster.
Just for like a one-off, like, oh, please,
I
kill him.
really want to know what their plan for the first movie is.
They just hired writers. I don't think they have any plans yet. I think they are just like...
Just in season 1, there's 60 monsters? Like,
here's what I think
there's not a monster in episode. Sometimes it's just Goldar. Maybe the movie will just be Rita attacking them with Goldar and Scorpina.
I hope not. I hope we get monsters.
Or she'll go through...
Here's the thing. I think what they're writing right now is the trailer.
Do you write a trailer before you write the movie?
For big movies, you think of the trailer moments first. Think of every trailer you've ever seen.
We got a new follower just now.
Just now. Hey, welcome to the podcast, JTA2.
Or by your handle, JTaz1970.
Yeah.
Thanks for following us.
He lives in a big crater. That is very funny to me.
Does it just say a big crater?
Yeah, it says location, a big crater. So I'm on board with that. Welcome to the podcast. Where was I? Yeah, so think of like every big movie, and not just necessarily action movie, but like comedy movie, even like The Hangover. Think of all the lines that are just in it, not necessarily just in the trailer, but are in the trailer and don't make as much sense outside of a trailer context.
So, like, even in the movie, there's no real context around it. They just say the line.
In the movie, the line is there for it to be in the trailer, but it only makes sense preceded by a clip of something that happens later. You know?
Right.
Like, it's a good way to think of some big, cool moments, but it kind of makes your movie a little predictable, which is what I liked about the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, is that it did not give away anything at all. It was like, here's Hooked on a Feeling, and they're in space. Guardians! Go see Guardians of the Galaxy. It was really good.
I have to see that still.
It was so good. So, morphingrid.tumblr.com is our website. You can email us at littleidiots.morphingrid@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at morphingrid. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/themorphingrid, and we're on iTunes and Facebook. If you want to leave us a rating and review, that would be
You said we're on Facebook, and then you said we're on iTunes and Facebook.
I say that. Oh, that made me sad. I say iTunes and Facebook because that's how Gravity Falls Gossiper did it.
Are they discontinued?
They are on a indeterminate hiatus. Basically what happened was Eugene Adam Warrock, who does nerd raps, learned a lot of weird skills being a nerd rapper, having to manage his own business, being a nerd rapper and traveling a lot, doing a lot of stuff. And so he got some sort of opportunity working with some sort of colleges, and it was something big that he needed to do. And so now it's on semi-permanent hiatus, which is very sad, because that was one of the things that inspired me to make this.
Right.
At least the way that it is. We're on iTunes if you want to leave us a rating and review.
When she's gone.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Oh, my day job is I'm a professional singer, if you were wondering.
Oh, well, quit your day job.
I will. I'll go work at Target. So
don't do that.
We might not have to do that much longer. # secret project. You guys will hear about it soon.
If you follow either of us individually on Twitter, you've already
heard about it.
You've already got some glimpses.
Yeah, you just don't know what it is, but you will soon, and it's awesome.
It's pretty obvious what the idea of it is about.
Yeah, but it's
That's
awesome.
And it's awesome.
It's awesome, and I can't wait to be ready to unveil it. So, if you want to leave us a rating and review, that would be awesome. We super enjoy them. It makes it so iTunes features us more people find out about it, more people listen. You have more loosely connected internet friends. That's cool, right?
Yeah.
Everybody loves that. And also, if you want to just tell your friends, go ahead tell your friends. We're not gonna stop you. We're not gonna be, hey, don't tell anybody.
You're right.
Tell your friends, tell your mom. Mom loves Power Rangers.
Your mom will tell her friends.
Boom, bunch of moms listen to the Morphin Grid. Now your internet friends is a bunch of moms. It's a perfect plan. So that's going to do it for us for today. We'll see you on Monday with another episode that I looked at the title of and promptly forgot.
Heck if I know.
So we'll see you then. And until then, may the power protect you.
Oh, I'm not even gonna go. I don't even want to watch.
Have fun.